Hey guys, today we're going to look at the elements of an MRP system. Now you're probably immediately thinking when you looked at the title of the video that we're going to start talking about the sales module and the purchasing module. Totally forgive you that. We're starting much higher level than that, more kind of strategic level here. So look, when you guys are looking at either an MRP system for the first time, or when it's something where you've got an MRP system that's in your company and you're looking at the quality of that implementation and how well implemented it is, there's 4 areas that you really need to consider. I call these the elements of an MRP system. So, like I said, we're not talking about the different modules that make it up. We're not talking about the type of interface or the background of the system, or whether it's web-based or server-based or anything else. What we're talking is really kind of fundamental stuff. So there are 4 things that will comprise an MRP ERP system, and this is true for all systems really. So firstly, I'm going to say you have your software. So by the software, we mean what people generally talk about as the system itself, the literal software, the programming that is installed somewhere for you to input your data. We've got software, we've got data. Of course, data is inputted by people. And people input that data and run it according to, hopefully, your company processes. And look, the lesson in this really is that when people talk about their systems in their company, they tend to mean the software. And so most people, if people are being negative about, the system's done this and the system's done that, they tend to be thinking, at least, they're talking about the software. But actually, to get your software and your system working as a whole, you need to consider all of these elements. So look, you can have the best software in the world. You can have software like ours that is multi-award winning, truly good software. But if you fill it with rubbish data, you're going to get rubbish answers out of it, aren't you? And everyone would kind of, I think, get the common sense of this when we start to talk about it. Here, look, if you have good software and you start off your implementation with really good data, so it's clean and it's tidy to start with, and it absolutely represents how your company should work, but you don't train your people, and your people then aren't disciplined about how they use that data, well, again, pretty quickly, your quality of implementation is going to nosedive, and you'll end up with an ERP, MRP system that isn't doing what you want. So you can have your great software, you can have your data perfectly aligned with what is reality, you have your people all kind of trained up. If you don't put processes in place, if those people don't know how to continually keep going in that direction, and new people coming on board aren't trained and put into the right kind of position with the software so they know exactly how to use it and they know what data they need to enter, then again, over time, you'll see that kind of nosedive effect. So you could start off with a really good implementation that goes down like this. So if you don't train your people, or you don't get your processes up to speed, your ERP implementation will start off strong and go weak. If you get your data wrong, it'll start off weak and then maybe over time get stronger if you get the data right. If you think about how these 4 things interplay, all of these things are fundamental. So when we at 123 Insight talk about the system, we're talking about all of these 4 elements and really trying to ask people to think about the system in those terms, because it makes for a much stronger implementation, much more efficient for you guys in the world of manufacturing.
To learn more, visit our website or book to attend one of our free educational events. You'll even receive a free paperback copy of our book, How to Implement a Manufacturing System, just for attending.